Alright, so we're gonna go over Pack A Punch. Excuse the cat. Let me move this thing. Sorry buddy, you gotta go. Okay. So I got two different ones. Here's the serial numbers on these. I use them occasionally when I'm out on the road when I don't have access to power, but I haven't used them that much. And I've got two of them, so let me see here. One's got a little blob of tape or something else. Anyways, there's a serial number on this one here. Now, this is the one I originally bought years ago, back in the early 2000s. This one here is the SC1. This was actually when I bought, I don't know, some deal on Locksmith Pond. And this one here was originally, it came with the interchangeable core, but I traded it out for the KW1, which is what I really needed at that time. Interchangeable core, I know people that use the interchangeable core cutters, and they work fine. Sorry, my phone had a thing up. But anyways, the problem with interchangeable core that I had was it was just so tight a tolerance with what I was doing. So, you know, it was hit or miss. And even with Schleck and Quickset, sometimes it's hit or miss. And what I find is there's a little squeeze you got to do here in the carriage, you know, that you shouldn't have to. You can adjust it. There's ways to adjust it. There's adjustment screws here. And you can adjust it up or down. Just a small turn, you know, is a thousandths to 2/1000ths of an inch. So, I mean, you got to be very careful when you adjust it. But the way they work, I mean, you can set the key, pull the guide out. I'm sorry, I'm doing stuff off camera because I'm trying to look at what I'm doing. So what I do is, this is quick set. So you can slide it in there, just kind of hold it up against there, and then you do this. Now, these usually come with these T-handle pieces here, but they popped off, and this one here popped off. And you can buy these, I heard, to fit a socket head cap screw. And I'm not sure what thread these are. They're nothing fancy. It's just a socket head cap screw that goes all the way through into that. Probably maybe looks like a coarse thread, maybe. I don't know. Maybe a 1/4 But anyway, so you do that, and you can use the Allen wrench on this one. I've been using the pliers on the other one just because you can't always find an Allen wrench, but it is the same Allen wrench size. You slide it in there, and then on the back side, you have a knob here in the front. That's how you move this and about, or you just slide it with your hand. But on the back side, here's what you got. So like if you want to do a #1 cut, you're all the way right there. You click it, whatever the depth is. This is your depth adjustment right here. Turn it to 1 through 7 on this one, and that's your depth. And then here's how you index to the next spot. I don't know if I can get very good light on here, but anyways, and as you can see, as you turn that knob, so that's 1, 2, and then 3 is on this other side. And there's a little detent ball in there, so you kind of feel it. So there's 3, 4. Probably can't see because the mil scale they have on that. I have a better flashlight but you can see the numbers now. I can see on the phone, you can see the graduation. But that's it. And once you cut all the way through them to your different dimensions, you know, your spaces and your depths, then you go on ahead and use your Allen wrench and pop that out. That's all you do. And you don't have to take that out. A lot of people just slide it in there like this. Just kind of hold it steady. Slide it in. There's a little stop in here. And then you're ready to go. Once you tighten it down, you're ready to go. There's a detent where the shoulder stop. Sometimes neuter bowed keys might hit. And so you can either shave off a little bit off the neuter bow if you're going to use this. Otherwise, regular KW1 is what you do. And you can see there's different key blanks manufacturers. You know, they're different. That should be all the way up against it, I think. Maybe it's fine. Maybe the space is forgiving. I don't know. I do have trouble sometimes cutting these keys. And it could be because of the blanks I use, or it could be, you know, my squeeze. I see people put rubber bands on these, and that's what they do. They always just have rubber bands. Part of it is you don't want the carriage to bounce, because it will bounce, you know. See, it's got a bounce to it. There's a spring in there. You can take these apart, clean them. They're fairly easy to calibrate. I've just never had to do it. I'd never worried about it because I'm close enough. And then, let me see here. I don't know. My wife's sending me a grocery list of what to buy when I run the store. I'm going to ship these out to someone. And then I think in return I'm getting HPC punch machine, which I'd rather have because I want to be able to do a few of the other keys that besides these. I mean, these are wonderful, and these are like gold because this company's no longer around. Pak A Punch is made by A1. They're no longer around. I mean, you can sell these. I've seen one set go for $1,000. You know, I've seen them go as cheap as $400. But they're like gold. I mean, you hang on to these, or you know, like me, you barter for something that you really need. I don't need these. I would actually personally prefer just one machine unit. And I do have I still got more stuff coming up. I do have an HPC code cutter here, and I got a frame and two over there. You know, I have ways to do this, you know, without using these. But I do, I'd rather have a punch machine just because, you know, some of the other stuff I get into. And you can buy all the dies for these. They're still available. Holiday Lock Supply still has them. You can find them on there. Okay, now the deal with the schleg, I think it enters from the other side. So I'll show you here in a second what's going to look like. Let me loosen that up. And this will allow you to do 6-pin also. 6-cut. So if you can see. So there's that. And then actually, yeah, it slides in from the other side and just slides in that groove. That's all it is. Make sure you get it in right. I'm kind of there. Okay, there you go. Once you get in there, it just slides. And just you can have it whatever you want. You just start off in your first cuts, which would be on this side over here. There's one, and then there's two. There's you can feel the indentation. And so, you know, and then you got your height adjustment. And this one too, there is some adjustment. You know, you can go on ahead and this is your adjuster screw, and this is your hold down, I believe. And so, if you're too loose, if your keys are dragging as you turn the key in the keyway, then you need to cut it just a little bit deeper. But if it's going, then I would say no more than thousandths, you know, adjustment. You want it pretty close, you know. So if the key turns, but there's a little drag on the key all the way around, then you know you need to go a little bit deeper. So, I mean, you can either squeeze this really hard, you know, or, you know, you can adjust it. And sometimes, you know, if it goes in and it kind of works, doesn't always work, then don't squeeze it, you know. But there, to me, I found these, there's a little trick to them. There's a trick to every machine. You know, my HPC's got things about it I got to deal with. The framing's the same way. But anyways, that's what I want to cover. This is the Pak A Punches. I'm probably sending these to a friend of mine, an SOPL member. He was interested in these, and he had a PCH, what do you call it, -114. I don't, it's the Pak A Punch, or not the Pak A Punch. Gosh, I need my coffee. No, it's the HPC punch machine. Anyways, that's kind of, I wanted to go over this. You know, that's how these work. There are little adjustments. Like I said, I mean, this screw here, I've always just used my little channel locks, you know, to tighten and loosen. No big deal. You do want them tight in there, pretty snug, and you want it all the way up against the shoulder stop. That's about it. And you want the blade part where the cut's going to take place down on both of them. It'd be the same way. So, okay, that's all I got. I appreciate you watching. I'm actually going to send this video to him, but if anyone else wants to learn more about these Pak A Punches, I'll post this video up too, just for the public. But all right, I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.